ground ball up the left side. Pass, roll in. One will score. It's in the gap. It gets by the outfielders. Jordheim goes back. Two will score. Here's the throw down to third. Not in time as Welsh.
Ivy throws it back in. We'll see if the relay comes home. It does not. It's an RBI single.
Called strike three.
Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant good Thursday afternoon from Progressive Egg Fields here in Kindred, North Dakota. It's senior day for the Kindred-Richland Vikings as they tangle with their rival and Region 1 foe in the Central Cass Squirrels. This is our Irie Insurance pregame show. For more information, you can go online to irieins.com. That's irieins.com and find a location near you today. For both of these teams ranked in the latest top 10 poll in the Class B in North Dakota, the Central Cass Squirrels at number 2. The visitors on our scoreboard today with a mark of 11 wins and 3 losses, 8-0 in Region 1 play. While for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, they're 8-3 on the season and 6-2 here in Region 1 play for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Central Cass Squirrels head coach by Scott Koss. We'll hear from him in a moment, but for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, they're under the guidance of Sam Brandt here on a senior day, and the two seniors that they will be honoring after the game is done between this and the JV game. That'll be Abby Robinson and Olivia Mathis here today for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. These two teams, well, there's no love lost, so to speak, or secrets between them. They met last season in the state championship game, only to see that the Central Cass Squirrels came out on top. They have met in 2014, 2017, 2019, and last season in the state championship game. And there's only 7 teams in this region, but the high-end talent that's here year in and year out can be argued that it's some of the best across the state of North Dakota, as only the teams from the East have won a state title, with Kindred-Richland with 3 of them, most recently coming in 2017. You have Central Cass Squirrels. The Squirrels so far here for Central Cass, they have won 6 of them and won. The first one won by Enderlin Maple Valley. That was sanctioned back in 2012. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll hear from the head coach for the Central Cass Squirrels. That is Scott Koss. We'll preview what's to come and the starting lineups. And also today, we'll take a look at our schedule here on yourliveevent.com, with one game getting underway and already done earlier today up in Thompson in a Region 2 baseball game. Joe Lancello had the call for you on that one. Thompson won by a final of 8-4 over Hillsboro Central Valley. We're back after this. We'll get to our Coach's Corner. First up, Scott Koss for the Central Cass Squirrels. That's coming up here on yourliveevent.com.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator.
Central Cass School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community, and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The new STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow in the new space and move forward with excellence.
As we continue on our Irie Insurance pregame show here today from Kindred, it's the Central Cass Squirrels and the Kindred-Richland Vikings, and we're just over a week away from postseason play here in Region 1 softball. Join us now from Central Cass, that's their head coach, Scott Koss. And Scott, I know before we came on, I said, hey, it kind of feels like, at least weather-wise, green grass. It's 70-plus degrees. It's got that little dew and humidity in the air. It actually feels like a postseason softball here, and with a really quality opponent, it's probably going to feel like that a little bit here against the Vikings.
Yeah, this will be a really good matchup. We got a great night tonight, so I would expect that there'd be a decent crowd down here. We got two traditional rivalries here, and yeah, we're both both teams right now are preparing to. What do we need to do to get ready for the postseason? And so it should be a really good matchup.
You're at game number 15, and just a few short weeks ago, you were barely to game number 5. So, and I remember asking you before about rhythm and fielding ground balls, seeing live pitching. How have you seen the team with really good Class A and Class B competition over the last 2.5 weeks? Squad, how have you seen the team fare overall?
Yeah, we're still some of our youth is still kind of getting the feel of what it is that we're looking for them to do. But we're in a better rhythm right now than we were a couple of weeks ago, and it helps when you start having games and you have regular practices and you're actually practicing outside. So yeah, it's coming around. We always tell our kids, hey, we don't want to peak in April. We want to peak at the end of the year, so that's what we're trying to do here.
What have you liked from Grace Fletchock, someone that's been a stable, obviously, the last couple of seasons in different capacities, playing in your team, obviously a stable part of the infield here too, but what have you liked from her both on the field and also at the plate?
We honestly didn't know who was going to be playing shortstop for us when we started out the year, and Grace has kind of, from day one, she's kind of taken charge of that position. When you build your defense up through the middle, you got to have a good shortstop, and she's done a great job there. She's having a great season at the plate. She's in the 400, 450 range right now, and she's had some really good clutch hits for us. So Grace has really stepped up this year in her junior year.
And then you go from a junior to a senior in Tori Richter, then a freshman in Aspen Perrine specifically. Those two, let's start with the senior first with Tori, then talk about Aspen. What have you liked about those two?
Yeah, Tori's been awesome. I mean, she's having great at-bats. I mean, I could count on, a couple of fingers how many bad at-bats she's had so far this year. And then, she's our ace. So, when it comes crunch time, that's the one that we're going to, she wants the ball, and we want her to have the ball. Aspen is a freshman. Again, you kind of let the season play itself out, and you figure out who's going to be able to help you. And she's somebody that's progressively moved, getting more at bats right now. She's hitting the 6th spot in the lineup. She's had a couple of really big hits for us out west and here against some good pitching. And so really like what I've seen out of Aspen so far.
Final thing for you, anytime you match up with a Sam Brandt-led team, you're going to get base running, you're going to get a scrappy team as well. But this year's squad compared to other year's squad, is there anything that stands out, or does it feel like a good old-fashioned, Kindred Viking, Kindred-Richland softball team?
I think it'll be a good old-fashioned team. I think, the one thing we noticed when we played them up at our place is that they didn't make any errors. So they played really good defense. They make you earn every run that you're going to get. And then they're very effective at, when somebody's on base, they're effective at getting that person around into scoring position. So I think it's going to be similar to the teams that Sam has coached in the past.
Scott, as always, thanks so much for your time, and best of luck today here in Kindred.
You bet. Thanks, Chase. Thanks for covering.
That again, Central Cass head coach Scott Koss will continue on our pregame show after this from Kindred.
Yep.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
The Kindred Vikings Booster Club is an organization of parents and community members that supports and encourages the advancement to Kindred athletic programs, focusing on wholesome school spirit, promoting good sportsmanship, and developing high ideals of character. For more information, or if you'd like to be part of the Kindred Vikings Booster Club, send an email to kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. That's kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Vikings! As we continue here on our Ivy Insurance pregame show, it's our final segment before we get to the first pitch. In the center circle today for the Kindred-Richland Vikings will be Danica Rath, while for Tori Richter will be in the circle here for the Central Cass Squirrels. We'll get to the starting lineups in a moment, but let's take a look at what's to come here today on yourliveevent.com. This is our final game here after we had a Region 2 baseball tilt earlier in the day. Coming up a little bit later on this weekend, it's the Midseason Madness in Fargo on Friday and Saturday over the weekend. Northern Cass, Kindred-Richland, Hillsborough, Central Valley will be partaking in that, while you have Central Cass hosting a doubleheader with the EDC and Class A's own West Fargo Packers. Again, this is barring what Mother Nature has in store over the next 48 hours or so for high school softball in North Dakota. The 3 losses so far for Central Cass and Kindred-Richland this season. For the Vikings, we'll start with them first. A 9-8 loss against the Squirrels back on April the 25th for their first loss of the year. Lost by 5, 7-2 against Velvet Drake Anamoose, and a 6-3 loss at Hillsborough Central Valley back on May the 9th. Well, for the Central Cass Squirrels, their losses this year include against all Class A competition in Dickinson, Jamestown, and Minot High. So those are the losses between these two teams here this season. Central Cass has yet to lose against a Class B opponent and looking to finish off the Region 1 play in terms of being perfect, where they will host the Hillsborough Central Valley Burros on Monday from Coss Field. We'll have that for you here on your live event at 4:30. Around that time is when we get on the air for the scheduled first pitch. Well, for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, they are wrapped up here with a Region 1 play after today, and then a week from Saturday we'll have the Region 1 softball tournament right here from Kindred on yourliveevent.com, and we'll have the Region 1 baseball tournament going on a week from today in Enderlin, as they'll have Tuesday will be the play-in, then a week from today will be the quote-unquote opening round, and then the tournament will conclude on Saturday in Enderlin as well. For more information, you can check out online again at yourliveevent.com. That again is yourliveevent.com. That does it for our Irie Insurance pregame show. We come back, starting lineups in the opening pitch today between Kindred-Richland and the Central Cass Squirrels here on yourliveevent.com.
Enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in North Dakota, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
The Norman County Fair, June 21st through 24th, Ada, Minnesota. Mighty Thomas Carnival on the Midway. Racing, ag education, free family Friday, free music, youth day, senior day, hypnotist Freddie Justice, wrestling, parade, tractor show, food, games, fun, 4-H, FFA. For a complete schedule of events, visit normancountyfair.com. Join your family, friends, and neighbors. Everyone's going to be there. Where summer begins and the fun never ends. The Norman County Fair, June 21st through 24th, Ada, Minnesota.
It's a North Dakota All-Star Gathering on your live event, as we'll have coverage of the Shields Softball All-Star Series on June 5th and 6th.
And the 1-2. Hit on the ground. It's going to sneak through the middle for a base hit.
The Optimist Volleyball Series on June 12th and 13th. This one comes Olivia Vetter, back set, blocked at the net. Plus the Lions All-Star Basketball Series on July 10th and 11th. Now it's with Class A. Here's Michael Nile with the windmill duck. For more information, go to yourliveevent.com. Your family farm has been adapting to challenges in the field for generations. Taupe Insurance is here to help you weather the storm when those challenges arise. Visit with Taupe Insurance today about a quote or review of your policies. Taupe Insurance offers coverage on your farm's assets, crop and hail insurance, plus home and auto, commercial and life insurance. Stop in for a visit today at their office in Castleton or give Taupe Insurance a call at 701-347-4045.
I'm dreaming of a world where the crack of a bat is not just a hobby, but a lifestyle. Where I can build upon long traditions from the ground up. I want to work in an industry where all people can make their own field of dreams become reality. I'm going to elevate the world of sports someday.
let's get to our starting lineups here for the visiting Central Cass Squirrels and the Kindred-Richland Vikings today for Region 1 softball on your liveevent.com. I'm Chase Miller with you today from Kindred at Progressive Egg Fields. For Central Cass, batting leadoff here and being in the circle today, as well as the senior, that is Tori Richter. Tori also nominated to the Optimist Volleyball Series here coming up in June. Grace Fletchock, the sophomore, make that junior shortstop batting second. Michaela Prochnow, the senior first baseman, batting third, and batting cleanup will be the senior center fielder, that is Taylor Severson. Katie Sinner batting fifth, the senior third baseman, followed by Aspen Preen, the designated player, the freshman, batting sixth in the lineup. Whitney Mitchell, the freshman second baseman for Central Cass, followed by Paige Wixo, then the junior catcher. Camry Nelson, the senior right fielder, and in that flex spot today, the left fielder, that is Sophie Sherwhite here. Sherwhite, the flex player for the Central Cass Squirrels. So again, you have Richter, Fletchock, Prochnow, Severson, Sinner, Preen, Mitchell, Wixo, Nelson, and Sherwhite here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Well, for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, they'll go like this for the starters today. They will go with Leah Rowland, the shortstop sophomore, Brea Mauk, the junior second baseman, Avery Armerman, the junior third baseman here for the Vikings. You have Mackenzie Fuchsa, the junior catcher, batting cleanup. Cora Johnson, the sophomore first baseman, batting fifth. Danica Rath, the junior pitcher, sixth. Elena Schmitz, the sophomore right fielder, will be batting seventh. Essling, the junior left fielder, will be batting eighth today. Olivia Mathias, the senior designated player, batting ninth. And then Jansen Jordheim, the junior and the junior center fielder, and in the flex spot today for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. So Roland, Mauk, Ammerman, Fuchsa, Johnson, Rath, Schmitz, Essling, Mathis, and Jordheim here today for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Kindred-Richland again 8-3 on the season, while for the Central Cass Squirrels, they are currently at 11-3. It's senior day today here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, as after the game they will be honoring Olivia Mathis and Abby Robinson today for their two seniors here this season. Last year the senior was just Maddie Burchell. That does it again for the starting lineups. We come back after this. It's the first pitch in Kindred on your live event.
One size does not fit all. As a small business employer, you have many great benefit options. Hello, Angela here with the Irie Insurance Benefits Connect team. We know shopping for employee insurance benefits can be a confusing and intimidating task for employers. Not to mention one more thing on your plate. Let Irie Insurance Benefits Connect guide you through the process. We take a unique approach to providing benefits through education, communication, and a personal touch. To find out more, go to IrieInsurance.com.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
At Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator. As we have our two cameras set up today here in Kindred, what you're seeing is the center field cam just off to the side of center field, and then from there you also have our up the first baseline cam today here, as we'll get you the snap-by-snap throw a little bit here at first base where the bang-bang plays. I'm Chase Miller with you today here in Kindred on our Bank North scoreboard. Top of the lineup here for the Central Cass Squirrels with Richter, Fletchock, and Prochnow here going up against Danica Rath in the circle. The Kindred-Richland Vikings out in their blue uniforms with the pinstripes up top with Vikings across the side as they're in white. Well, for the Central Cass Squirrels, they will be going with the red tops with the black pants with squirrels across the front in black here today for the Central Cass Squirrels. 7 innings of Region 1 softball action is what we have scheduled. If there is a mercy rule, again, that would be in effect after 4.5 or through 5 as we get the first pitch underway today at 4:34 here from Progressive Egg Field. As Danica Rath, the righty, goes up against the righty here in Tori Richter. The pitch, and this one is going to roll in and hit Richter on the first pitch, so it'll be a hit by pitch. And Danica Rath will have her first base runner of the game against her here on our Bank North scoreboard. Someone just kind of rolled out of Danica's hands a little bit there and allowed Tori Richter just to wear that one a little bit, if you will, in the batter's box. Now Grace Fletchock will step up to the plate. This one going to be in there for a strike, staying put. He's going to be Richter at first base. Fletchock, the junior shortstop. One thing that Scott Koss said, doing two things awfully well as of late here this season, hitting and fielding at short. Here's a high fly ball. That one is going to be into center field. There's going to be Jansen Jordheim to retire the out. That one was hit on the screws, but right to a fielder here for Fletchock. So it'll be a fly out to the center fielder. And it's now Prochnow who will step up. 3 pitches in, a runner on and a runner out so far here for Central Cass as Prochnow, first pitch swinging. This one's going to be the shortstop. They get one there, and that's all that they'll get there across. So there's going to be now 2 down here with a runner at first. Reaching on a fielder's choice to be Prochnow as Richter is retired. As that'll go rolling to Mauk there, short to second base. Ammerman at third base, Johnson at first with Fuchsa McKenzie behind the plate. Taylor Severson batting cleanup. This one will be out of the zone, missing for a ball. Now it's 1-0 in the count. Essling in left field, Jordheim in center, and Schmitz is in right today here for the Vikings. 1 ball, no strikes here for Danica Rath, and the 1-0 offering. This one will miss for a ball, now at 2-0. So 2-0 on the way here to Taylor Severson, the senior center fielder, not chasing out of the zone so far here against Danica Rath. And a 2-0 pitch. This one going to be swung on and miss. Going down to second base will be Prochnow on the pass ball here. And now you'll have a runner in scoring position for the first time today for Central Cass. Katie Sinner due up next as Danica Rath now will handle the 2-1 offering. Swung on and missed, now 2-2. Hit by a batter was Richter. She reached base on the very first pitch. Fletchock down on the second pitch, flew out to center. Michaela Prochnow reached on a fielder's choice after Richter was retired at second. And now it's 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs here on the way to Severson. This one a little change. That'll go to Ammerman across the diamond in time for the putout, and that'll retire the side here for the Central Cass Squirrels. 5-3 on the putout. There were no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. On our Bank North scoreboard, we go to the bottom of the first inning where we'll see the Central Cass Squirrels play the field and the Vikings coming to bat for the first time today on your live event.
Central Cass School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The new STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow in the new space and move forward with excellence.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's Jerrid.
As we go to the bottom of the first inning, the Kindred-Richland Vikings will be sending up Roland, Mauk, and Ammerman here today for the Vikings, going up against Tori Richter in the circle for the Central Cass Squirrels. On our Bank North scoreboard, go to ibanknorth.com for more information. This one, first pitch, goes to center on a little ground ball. 5-3 on the putout, center to Prochnow, and 1 down now here in the bottom of the first inning. So both teams coming out being aggressive early here in this contest against these 2 pitchers. As now it'll be Brea Mauk, the junior second baseman, batting second against Richter. Righty-righty matchup. This one runs in for a ball, now 1-0. Sherwhite in left field, followed by Severson in center. Nelson is in first. We'll get to the infield after this pitch by Richter. 1-0 offering on the way for Torrey. This one will be in there for a strike at 1-1. Wixo behind the plate. Center at third base. Retired the leadoff batter there, and rolling on the 5-3 put out to Prochnow at first. Mitchell at second, and Fletchock at shortstop today here for the Squirrels. There's the 1-1 offering in there for a strike, now 1-2. 9 pitches thrown by Danica Rath in that first inning, 1 walk and 0 strikeouts with no hits. And Richter trying to do the same thing here with the 1-2 offering. This one is jammed, pop up, Wixo. Just can't see it quick enough there, and that'll be pitch number 5 now upcoming here to Mauk. That one jammed Brea on the inside, and by the time Page was able to locate it, it was nearly coming down to the ground. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on the way here, bottom of the first with nobody on to the number 2 batter here in the Sam Brandt Kindred-Richland Viking lineup. The 1-2 offering. This one's going to be fouled up the first base line, and we'll do it all over again. So good little battle upcoming here for Mauk, as she'll see pitch number 6 now for Richter. Region 1 softball today. The Squirrels at 8-0 in Region 1 play, while Kindred-Richland at 6-2. The Squirrels with 1 more game on Monday in the region. 1-2 pitch is going to be popped up, and Richter is there, makes a nice sprawling attempt to retire Mauk here. So it'll pop up to the pitcher, and there is now 2 down in the bottom of the first inning. As Avery, the junior third baseman, will be coming up to the plate now for Kindred-Richland. Central Cass will be sending 5, 6, and 7 batters, with Sinner to lead it off in the top of the second. This one at the knee, in there for a strike, now 0-1. So working ahead on Leah, Brea, and now Avery. Here is Tori Richter. Here's the 0-1 offering from Tori. This one will be in there for a strike as well, now at 0-2. We'll see if Avery can do what Mauk did last at bat after falling behind the count. Able to hit a couple of foul balls in a row and work it a little bit for Richter, but finally was retired on the pop-out. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. This one going to be hit on the ground to the second baseman here. 4-3. Mitchell, the Prochnow, to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. 1 complete here today in Kindred. As we go to the top of the second inning, it's scoreless with the Squirrels coming to the plate.
The Kindred Vikings Booster Club is an organization of parents and community members that supports and encourages the advancement to Kindred athletic programs, focusing on wholesome school spirit, promoting good sportsmanship, and developing high ideals of character. For more information, or if you'd like to be part of the Kindred Vikings Booster Club, send an email to kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. That's kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Vikings!
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in North Dakota, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
There's some pop in both of these lineups for Kindred-Richland and the Central Cass Squirrels, and one of those who can definitely hit out of the park is stepping up to the plate now here in Katie Center for the Central Cass Squirrels. Second inning of work here for Rath, and the pitch to the senior third baseman is hit high in the air, and that's going to be to a little bit of left center field. There is Jordheim to make the catch. 1 pitch and 1 out here, a little fly out to the center fielder, and that'll retire the leadoff batter here in the top of the second for Central Cass. Aspen Preen, the designated player, the lefty here. One thing Scott Koss says is the longer this season has gone, the more that we've moved Aspen up in the lineup, because she's just proven herself so far as an underclassman. She'll take a strike now, 0-1. Aspen Preen taking a look at earlier here in the season, batting a little bit in that 8-9 hole, and now all of a sudden batting number 6 here for Central Cass, as this one will get popped up to the shortstop here. 2 pitches, and Roland is retired on a little pop-up to the shortstop. So 3 pitches in and 2 down now here in the top of the second inning for Central Cass. Whitney Mitchell, the freshman second baseman, will be coming up now for the Squirrels. This one's going to be hit on the ground, and that's going to be a C&I single, and the first base knock of the day here for Central Cass comes by Mitchell. And you got a runner on now at first base here for Central Cass. But one thing that we've seen from the Squirrels is attacking early in the zone. Severson is the only one that has taken more than a 1-ball count through the first 7 batters here for Central Cass. Mitchell at first base. Paige Wixo steps up to the plate. This one going to be hit on the ground. That'll be to Ammerman across the side to retire the side here. A 5-3 on the putout. Wixo goes down. Ammerman to Johnson. No runs, no hits. Make that 1 hit that was. No errors and 1 runner left on base. An inning and a half complete here in Kindred. Still scoreless with the Vikings coming to the plate.
The Norman County Fair, June 21st through 24th, Ada, Minnesota. Mighty Thomas Carnival on the Midway. Racing, ag education, free family Friday, free music, youth day, senior day, hypnotist Freddie Justice, wrestling, parade, tractor show, food, games, fun, 4-H, FFA. For a complete schedule of events, visit normancountyfair.com. Join your family, friends, and neighbors. Everyone's going to be there. Where summer begins and the fun never ends. The Norman County Fair, June 21st through 24th, Ada, Minnesota.
It's a North Dakota All-Star Gathering on your live event, as we'll have coverage of the Shields Softball All-Star Series on June 5th and 6th.
And the 1-2. Hit on the ground. It's going to sneak through the middle for a base hit.
The Optimist Volleyball Series on June 12th and 13th.
This one comes Olivia Vetter, back set, blocked at the net.
Plus the Lions All-Star Basketball Series on July 10th and 11th.
Now it's with Class A. Here's Michael Nile with the windmill duck.
For more information, go to yourliveevent.com.
We go to the bottom of the second inning here on our Bank North scoreboard. Member FDIC, proud supporter of their local communities. Check out ibanknorth.com and take them wherever you want to go with their free mobile app as well. Find a location near you. It's values-based banking at Bank North. First pitch swinging on the way here with some power is Mackenzie Fuchsa, now 0-1 with Richter. For Kindred-Richland, the Vikings, a week ago today against Northern Cass, Fuchsa had both a solo and a 3-run home run in their win against the Jags. Here's the 0-1 offering. This one's going to be hit on the ground, foul. As that one will be off of McKenzie. Now it's 0-2. So Fuchsa, Johnson, and Danica Rath, the 4, 5, and 6 batters in the lineup here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings today. Mostly sunny, some clouds rolling through in the upper 70s. This one going to be fouled off the fencing, and we'll have it at 0-2. Talking to Scott Costa a little bit earlier, saying it kind of feels as though it is postseason play with this kind of an atmosphere with these two teams, but also with the weather have a little bit of humidity and dew in the air. 0-2 pitch going to be fouled off again, and pitch number 5 upcoming here for Fuchsa. So just like Mauk did in the first inning, Fuchsa falls behind, but able to foul a couple off here against Tori Richter. But for the most part, little cross breeze that's going more from the right to left side of the field here in Kindred today. 0-2 pitch. This one's going to be hit on the ground. That's the third baseman. Sinner comes across the way to Prochnow to retire. McKenzie 5-3 on the putout, and 1 down now here in the bottom of the second inning. So the infield has been busy today for both teams, as it'll be the third ground ball here for Kindred-Richland, and a pop-out to Richter. Cora Johnson takes one at the knee for a strike, now at 0-1. So far, a grounder to Sinner, a grounder to Mitchell, a grounder to Sinner, and a pop-up to Richter has been the 4 outs for Torrey. 0-1 pitch, and that'll be in there for a strike, now at 0-2. So Richter has worked ahead on these Vikings hitters so far through the first 5 that have came up to the plate today. 0-2 offering from Richter. This one's going to be hit up the first base line, and that one will go foul. And we'll keep it at 0-2. One thing Richter has done, though, is attack the zone and not really nibbled around the edges or missed so far in terms of missing a good 6 inches or a foot out of rhythm. Here's the 0-2 pitch. This will be coming in and hitting her, so that'll be a hit by batter here. And for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, they will have their first runner of the game. So Cora Johnson now stands at first base. Danica Rath a chance to help her own cause here. Looks up the third base line with Sam Brandt to get the sign. With one down here in the bottom of the second inning. Tori Richter going up against her counterpart in Rath, and the pitch. This one missed for a ball low, now at 1-0. These two teams able to make it to the state tournament last season, representing this region, both making their way to the state title game at Theraldson Park on the campus of NDSU. The 1-0 pitch, Rath looks to bunt, goes around, that'll be 1-1. Peyton Nelson was the hero in the semifinals with a win over Renville County. And then on the opposite side for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, they were just able to take care of business their first 2 games and just ran a little bit out of gas, if you will, in that championship. The 1-1 pitch hit on the ground. That's going to be to the third baseman, Sinner. She'll get the lead runner at second. Good job by Mitchell, holding her foot on the bag to make sure to retire the lead runner. 2 down now, as Rath will reach on a fielder's choice. So Danica will be at first as Sinner goes to Mitchell. 5-4 on the putout. As Schmitz, the right fielding sophomore, will step up, and she'll take a strike now at 0-1. Batter number 7 here against Tori Richter. Everything's been on the ground, and they hasn't left the infield yet. Here for the Vikings batters. 6 batters in, and now with batter number 7 here with Elena Schmitz. The 0-1. This one will run inside in there for a strike at now 0-2. So Richter, 1 strike away from getting out of any situation here in the second. 9-1 and 2 batters for Central Cass coming to the plate in the third with Camry Nelson, the senior right fielder, to lead things off. Here's the 0-2 pitch. This will be in. Runners coming down. That's going to be a stolen base on the way here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. They'll come across, and sliding in safely is going to be Danica Rath. So Rath is able to get all the way to third base now. She will get there with a stolen base, then an error on the throw. So it'll be the first error here today for the Central Cass Squirrels. And now it's going to be a 1-ball, 2-strike pitch on the way to Schmitz. Danica Rath with the stolen base and the air that went into center field. Mitchell did a nice job almost gunning her down at third. 1-2 is going to be hit on the ground. This is going to go to Sinner. Sinner comes across the way in time to retire the side. 5-3 on the putout. That's the third time we've said that today here for the Squirrels. There were no runs off of no hits. 1 error and 1 runner left on base. We played 2 complete on our Bank North scoreboard. Still scoreless. Who's going to draw first blood? We'll find out if the Squirrels can climb aboard and get a run in the top of the third next.
Your family farm has been adapting to challenges in the field for generations. Taupe Insurance is here to help you weather the storm when those challenges arise. Visit with Taupe Insurance today about a quote or review of your policies. Taupe Insurance offers coverage on your farm's assets, crop and hail insurance, plus home and auto, commercial and life insurance. Stop in for a visit today at their office in Castleton or give Taupe Insurance a call at 701-347-4045.
Top of the third inning, it's the Kindred-Richland Vikings and the Central Cass Squirrels scoreless here on YourLiveEvent.com. I'm Chase Miller with you from a mostly sunny, at times overcast day here in Kindred, as we have fans both up the first and third base line here on Senior Day for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. The Squirrels and the Vikings will meet tomorrow as well on the ball diamond behind us, depending how Mother Nature looks, as there is a chance of showers and thunderstorms making its way through the area. But that, again, is slated to be tomorrow at 5 o'clock in Kindred. So, again, Camry Nelson, Tori Richter, and Grace Fletchock here, 9-1 and 2 batters going up against Danica Rath in a game that started 20 minutes ago here in Kindred. This one going to be hit on the ground, and coming across on the way is going to be 6-3 on the putout. Good backhand by Rowland. A nice little stretch by Johnson there to get the first out here of the top of the third inning. So 6-3 on the putout. And taking a look at Central Cass so far, the first time through the lineup, They've just had one that has been able to be a base knock with Whitney Mitchell. Now the second time through, Richter. That one came in and hit her in the batter's box. This one will miss outside for a ball at 1-0. So 3 grounders, a couple of flyouts, and a pop-out here for Danica Rath against Central Cass. 1-0 pitch, misses for a ball, now at 2-0 as some of the clouds are starting to make their way through. Definitely with the precipitation we've got throughout earlier in the week, everything is surely greened up from a week ago of where we are now. This one in there for a strike at 2-1. For some of the farmers would like to allow the precipitation to give them another week or two to get in the field, finish some planting. That can rain a little bit after that for those crops. Here's a 2-1 pitch. This one is scalded deep to left center field, way back to the track, and that one is gone. It's a solo home run on the way for Tori Richter, and the Central Cass Squirrels have taken a 1-0 lead here on our Bank North scoreboard. Tori Richter helps her own cause here. That'll be a run and an earned run at that with the solo homer. So this top of the 3rd inning, and Central Cass hits the long ball here to make it a 1-0 game in favor of Central Cass. Now you have Grace Fletchock stepping up to the plate, and that one was hit on the screws. Fletchock 0 for 1 today with a fly out to Jortheim. This one's going to be popped up, and that's going to stay to the shortstop. And 1 pitch, 1 out here to Roland. 2 down here in the top of the 3rd inning. As Michaela Prochnow reached on a fielder's choice her last time up. Danica Rath, 1 pitch, 1 out with Nelson, 1 pitch, 1 out with Fletchock, and pitch number 4 to Richter. That one was popped up and out of here. This one is going to be playing a little bit of the wind, was Johnson as she came down the first base line as Danica Rath gave way to her, and that'll be another 1 pitch, 1 down here in the 3rd inning. There was 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and no runners left on base. 2.5 complete on our Bank North scoreboard. We do have a new score, and someone drew first blood. Central Cass with the Richter solo home run takes a 1-0 lead. Can the Vikings match? We'll find out when we return on your live event.
I'm dreaming of a world where the crack of a bat is not just a hobby, but a lifestyle. Where I can build upon long traditions from the ground up. I want to work in an industry where all people can make their own field of dreams become reality. I'm going to elevate the world of sports someday.
So at the top of the 3rd inning, there was 3 pitches for 3 outs, then 4 pitches. The 4th one was hit out of there by Tori Richter. Just 7 pitches in the inning for Danica Rath, and she has barely thrown really anything today. Just 9 pitches in the first. 1 pitch, 1 out was center. 2 pitches to Preen. Mitchell was able to get a single, then out quickly was Paige Wixos. So Central Cass, the one thing against Roland, just like we're seeing here, quick hitting. This one will go to the shortstop on the effort here by Essling. Fletchock goes to Prochnow, 6-3 on the putout, and that'll be out number 1 here as Anya is retired. And just as we said, on the opposite side, going up against Richter, Kindred-Richland also with some quick hitting through the zone. This is what you get, though, when you get 2 pitchers that are able to find the softball, find some rhythm. Batters know that come up to the plate, be aggressive, because you might see that first or second pitch run by you, and it might be the best pitch of the at-bat as that will miss for a ball. Now to 1-0. Olivia Mathis here, one of the 2 seniors on the roster. Batting number 9. 1-0 pitch is going to be up the 3rd base line, but this one will be foul. Now at 1-1 from Progressive Egg Fields here in Kindred so far for the Central Cass Squirrels. They have 1 run off of 1 hit. They've left 2 and committed 1 error for Kindred-Richland, 2 times through Richter. No runs, no hits. They've left 1 on, and so far, no hits against them. This one going to be missing down low for a ball. Now 2-1 on the way to Richter. Richter so far helping her own cause in that circle with that solo home run to straightaway center field. This one's going to be smashed up the 3rd base line, and with the win, that'll be a foul ball. No 2-2. getting just a little bit front in that one was Olivia, and I'll make it 2 balls and 2 strikes. Beulah, Renville County, Velva, Drake, Anamoose, some of the teams out west, and also Des Lacs, Burlington, Lewis, and Clark to worry about. This one swung on and missed, and Richter gets the strikeout. That's her first strikeout going through this Kindred-Richland Viking lineup. But 2 down now here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Very similar names from what we've seen in prior years. Region 2, Mayport, CG, and Thompson, kind of the 2 teams there. Grafton was in the mix last season of getting to state. They want to have a chance to get there this season, as this one will run in on Leah for a ball, now 1-0. Here in Region 1, Central Cass, Kindred-Richland, Hillsborough, Central Valley. Kind of the 3 teams that have moved themselves up across the pack here. The 1-0 offering. This one's going to be hit high in the air. That's to right center field. It's going to one-hop the wall. Rolling rounds first, on her way to second, and that is a smashing, scolding 2-out double here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. So a double on the way for Roland, and just like Richter, that was a line drive shot. And for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, they'll have a runner in scoring position now with 2 down here in the 3rd inning. As Brea Malk will step up to the plate. The pitch from Richter. This will be first pitch swinging. That'll be in the hole. Fletchock able to keep it from going into left field. Might have saved a run on that one, but now there's going to be runners at the corners. So back-to-back hits here, runners at first and third, and for the Vikings trying to get a little 2-out rally against Tori Richter here. Second time through the lineup as Avery steps up to the plate. Runner at first is Malk. The pitch. Malk's going to come across. This one's going to be in there for a strike. Gets by Wixel. Sliding in safely, though, is Kindred-Richland. So that'll be a pass ball with a run to come in to score, as we're knotted now at 1 apiece. Leah Rowland comes in to score. Malk will go to second base, and now we're tied. So Rowland on the pass ball will come in to score here in the bottom of the 3rd. Both teams get their first run here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and for the Vikings, the impressive part has been it's been off a 2-out rally here against Richter. The pitch going to be hit in the air. A chance for the second baseman. This one comes across and going to be safe. It's an infield single. So attacking that one was Mitchell, and then as Mitchell came across and fired, Avery was hustling down the line with runners now at the corners. And Scott Cost is going to come out here and talk it over with his team. So 3 consecutive hits will allow the Vikings now to have a chance to take their first lead of the game as well. So scoreless through the first 2 innings. Richter with a solo home run in the top of the 3rd, and now here with a 2-out rally. It was a right center field double by Roland. Brea Malk was able to hit one between center and Fletchock. Fletchock batted it down before it went to left field, but an infield base knock, and Avery Ammerman got jammed a little bit there, but it hung enough for Mitchell. By the time she fielded it and able to flip it over to Prochnow, Avery hustling down the line, able to get on with runners now at first and 3rd. Tori Richter with Mackenzie Fuchsa at the plate. Swung on and miss. Runner will go into second base. Here goes Avery. Mackenzie Fuchsa now behind the count at 0-1. Fuchsa grounded out her last time out. Richter one good pitch away from getting out of the pickle here in the 3rd, while Mackenzie one good hit away from putting up a crooked number. This one is hit high in the air, deep to left field to the track, and that one's going to one-hop the wall. Fuchsa rounds first, on her way to second. It's a bases-clearing 2 RBI double here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings as they now take a 3-1 lead on our Bank North scoreboard. As we'll have a courtesy runner coming in here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings as Fuchsa, the catcher, will get courtesy ran for. As Tazark will come on now. So 3-1 in favor again of Kindred-Richland. So the 2 RBI double here in the bottom of the 3rd. And for the Vikings, 4 straight batters have reached. Malk comes in to score. Ammerman comes in to score. And again, Tazark is there. This one will be 1-3 on the put-out. First hit by Johnson, and that'll retire the side here on our Bank North scoreboard. But a crooked number comes across here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings with 3 runs off of 4 straight hits against Richter as we go to the top of the 4th inning on our Bank North scoreboard.
One size does not fit all. As a small business employer, you have many great benefit options. Hello, Angela here with the Irie Insurance Benefits Connect team. We know shopping for employee insurance benefits can be a confusing and intimidating task for employers. Not to mention one more thing on your plate. Let Irie Insurance Benefits Connect guide you through the process. We take a unique approach to providing benefits through education, communication, and a personal touch. To find out more, go to IrieInsurance.com.
Top of the 4th inning we go here on our Bank North scoreboard. Go to ibanknorth.com as they offer the perfect sync for your busy life with their online banking and mobile app. Wherever you go, take Bank North along and handle your banking requests anytime for all of your accounts. Go to ibanknorth.com, member FDIC, and proud supporters of their communities. 3-1 as all the action came in the 3rd inning here for both teams, and a couple of extra base hits. Richter with the solo homer, then a pair of doubles, and then also a pair of singles by Kindred-Richland has made it the Vikings taking their first lead of the game. Severson, we'll see this one run in with Danica Rath for a strike now at 0-1. So you'll have the 4, 5, and 6 batters here for the Squirrels in Severson, Sinner, and Aspen Preen. 0-1 pitch. This one's going to be fouled. Now at 0-2. Kindred-Richland 8-3 on the season for the Central Cass Squirrels at 11-3. Vikings hoping to have a couple more games here this weekend in the mid-season madness. Well, for Central Cass, they're hoping to play a doubleheader with West Fargo on Saturday in Castleton. Oh, the changeup pulling the string is Danica Rath for her first strikeout of the afternoon. One down here, and that's the first time we've really seen Danica Rath use that pitch. Got ahead on Severson 0-2 with a couple that ran in, and all of a sudden able to come out with the change. One down as Sinner steps up, and Sinner hits one into the air that'll be to the right fielder in time for the out. Good hit by Sinner, just hit it right to Schmitz in right field, and now there's going to be 2 down here in the top of the 4th inning. So a line drive out as Aspen Preen, the lonely left-handed batter, steps up to the plate here against Danica Rath. Here's the pitch on the way. That's going to be hit and over the dugout up the third base line for a strike at 0-1. 4 batters came to the plate in the first, 4 in the second, and 4 in the third here for Central Cass against Danica Rath, who's looking for her first 1-2-3 inning. This one's going to be jammed and popped up, and look out, that'll go almost all the way across the other Progressive Egg field here in Kindred. Now 0-2. For the Vikings, they'll be sending their 6, 7, and 8 batters to line up with Danica Rath to lead it off in the bottom of the 4th inning. Here's the 0-2. Strike 3 looking to retire the side. Danica Rath gets her second strikeout of the game. 3 up and 3 down inning here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings as they'll look to add on to a 2-run lead right now as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's 3-1 in favor of Kindred-Richland.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Make sure you stay tuned to our post-game show where we'll get to our RDK Enterprises feature precision play of the game, our Enbridge Energy player of the game, and look to hear from a particular player and possibly coach who was in this contest. Sometimes a little more difficult and challenging to get to coaches here when you go from varsity to JV in about 20-25 minutes, but we'll hope to get a player here as this one is bunted foul 0-1. Danica Rath reached on a fielder's choice at a stolen base so far today as well, and then got all the way to third. Schmitz and then Essling here against Tori Richter. Is in that 3rd inning. They sent 7 batters to the plate against Richter. The 0-1 pitch is going to be hit up the third base line. That'll be foul now 1-1. So after Essling grounded out to Fletchock on one pitch, then Olivia Mathias a strikeout. 2 down and 4 straight batters reach base again in the bottom of the third with a Roland double, a Brigham Mauk single, an Avery Ammerman single, and then a Mackenzie Fuchs a 2 RBI double. Off-speed pitch, getting around in front, and this one will be in there for a base knock as rounding first is going to be Danica Rath with a leadoff double. Tori Richter got Danica out in front, but Rath did a good job of staying that one behind enough and hitting it up the third base line for a leadoff double. Third extra base hit for Kindred-Richland against Tori Richter here as the leadoff runner is aboard as you have Schmitz coming up to the plate. Elena 0 for 1 today. Looks to bunt, and this one's going to get by Wixos in the dirt. Now there'll be a runner at third base. That'll be on the wild pitch as was already in the dirt before it went to Wixo behind the plate. And now for the Central Cast Squirrels, they will try to cut the runner down at home at the center and Prochnow at third and first. 1-0 offering to Schmitz. This one looking to bunt on the little safety squeeze will be a strike now, 1-1. Always interesting to see what the play will be for the infield sometimes if you put the straight suicide squeeze or the safety squeeze to see what the infielders will do. Covering was Fletchock at third base, and at second is Mitchell at first after you have Prochnow on center beelining it down their respective lines. 1 ball, 1 strike on the way. This one will miss for a ball now at 1-2, but a good location on the way for Richter. 3 up, 3 down in the first, and then able to go up against 4 batters in the second. And the Vikings right now looking to add on to a 2-run lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning. This one's going to be hit up the first base side. Looks like everyone's all right for a loud strike now at 1-2. And Schmitz trying to time up that pitch right now with Richter. The 1-2 offering. Fouled. Now we'll do it again here at 1 ball and 2 strikes. High school baseball and softball, 7 innings unless you get to that mercy rule again through 4.5 or 5. But with these two, I really don't expect that kind of a game. Expect a nip and tuck game, as this is going to be strike 3 looking on the outer part of the plate. And Richter gets her second strikeout of the contest. 1 down now here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Good-looking pitch on the way for Richter. Earlier this season, these two teams played back on April the 25th. It was a 9-8 win for Central Cass against the Kindred-Richland Vikings. This one will be in there for a strike. Bluffing to bunt is Essling, as it'll be just off the Wixos mitt at catcher. Now 0-1. So bottom of the lineup again here for the Vikings. Looking to be a table setter after Danica Rath got a leadoff double. Essling and Olivia Mathis, the 0-1. This will be out of the zone, but going through it was Essling trying to get that bunt down. Now no balls and 2 strikes. So Essling will have to battle now, down 0-2 in the count. Richter looking for her second consecutive strikeout here and try to get one more out and get her team to the dugout. 0-2 pitch out of the zone. Good job laying off there was Anya Essling now at 1-2. Essling first pitch swinging to start things off in the third with a grounder to Fletchock at shortstop. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the way here from Richter. Strike 3 looking, and back-to-back strikeouts for Tori in the circle. And the Squirrels now pick up their second out of the 4th inning. Olivia Mathis 0 for 1 today with a strikeout swinging. Steps up to the plate. So after a leadoff double by Danica Rath and a wild pitch got her the third, Richter will see this one come in, and that'll be right into the Central Cass dugout here at 0-1. Richter trying to work out of a little bit of the jam here and then get the bottom of the lineup for Central Cass. 7, 8, 9 up in the top of the 5th inning. Richter 3 2/3 innings work so far against her is 3 runs. The pitch, this will be swung on and miss in the dirt now at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with Rath at third base here. Richter in the circle and Olivia Mathis on senior day at the plate. The 0-2 swung on and miss, and Richter will strike out the side after a leadoff double goes awry. No runs off a 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. Richter gets her fourth strikeout of the contest as well. As we go to the top of the fifth inning, we remain at our current score at 3-1 in favor of the Kindred-Richland Vikings. The Squirrels coming to the plate next on your live event.
At Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator.
Top of the fifth inning here from Kindred at Progressive Egg Fields. It's a 3-1 advantage for the team clad in blue today in the Kindred-Richland Vikings. 4 complete so far here for Central Cass. 1 run off of 2 hits. They have committed an error and left 2 runners on. While for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, 3 runs off of 5 hits. They have left 3 runners on and committed no errors so far here for Kindred-Richland. Mitchell, Wixo, and Nelson, 7, 8, 9 going up against Danica Rath. And just as we saw earlier in the game, being very aggressive at the plate here is Central Cass from the batter's box. This one foul back as Mitchell has the lone single today here for Central Cass. The other hit, that solo homer by Tori Richter. 1 of 1 today. Here is Mitchell at the plate. The 0-1 offering, Rath able to go on the changeup. That'll just miss out of the zone now at 1 ball and 1 strike. As Rath, the 1-1 pitch is going to be hit up the third base line, but foul, and it'll be 1-2. Contest that got underway at 4:34, so not even 45 minutes in and already to the top of the 5th inning here in Kindred. The pitch, this one's going to be fouled. I'm going to keep it at 1-2. I'll let you kind of expect sometimes when you get 2 pitchers who have been in the zone. Kindred-Richland just able to string their hits together. Well, Central Cass, they really haven't had a ton of base runners so far today here against Danica Rath. The pitch, change up, and doing a good job was Whitney Mitchell in the zone, and Scott Koss giving her a couple of claps and saying that a girl up the third base line, able to see that ball come through and stay with it a little bit here for Central Cass. Danica Rath throws the changeup twice. This time she'll get a little speed on this one and get her 3rd strikeout of the contest. Danica Rath has struck out 3 of the last 4 Central Cass Squirrel batters in back-to-back as well. Starting to heat up in that circle right now here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. So far, 3rd strikeout for Danica Rath. This one's going to be hit on the ground. That'll be to the shortstop. And a foot in time, rolling to Johnson. In time, 6-3 on the putout, and 2 down now here in the top of the 5th inning. Camry Nelson will come up next here for Central Cass. 0 for 1 today with a grounder her last time up to the aforementioned Roland at short here for the Vikings. The pitch will be in the dirt now, 1-0. Fuchsa behind the plate with Hammerman again at 3rd, Roland at short with Mauk at 2nd, and Johnson at 1st. The 1-0 offering. This one going to be hit on the ground, as this will be a fair ball, and that'll be an infield single. So an infield single on the way here for Camry Nelson. I believe Avery Emmerman thought that was going to be foul and how she picked it up, but that was a fair ball from our home plate umpire right away, saying it's fair as it did not hit her. So Central Cass now will get a base runner on here in the 5th. Their first runner aboard since Tori Richter hit a solo shot in the 3rd. This will miss for a ball. Now 1-0. After Richter's solo homer, Danica Rath able to retire 7 straight Central Cass batters until that infield single here for Camry Nelson. 1 ball, no strikes on the way to Richter. The 1-0. This one going to be hit on the ground. That's the shortstop. Will go the short way to retire the side on the fielder's choice. And that'll do it here for the top of the 5th inning. As we go to the bottom of the 5th, it's still 3-1 in favor of the Kindred-Richland Vikings, and Kindred-Richland coming to the plate.
Central Cass School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The new STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow in the new space and move forward with excellence.
North Dakota Region 1 Class B softball today here in Kindred between the Central Cass Squirrels and the Kindred-Richland Vikings here on yourliveevent.com. As we'll get an update for you between NDSU and also Omaha in women's softball going down at the Summit League tournament. As the Bison were able to pick up a win earlier today and finish that one off against University of Missouri Kansas City. And now they're going up against Omaha with a winner to be in the semifinals, but it's 5-1 right now, and that game has gone final. Omaha's going to pick up the win, so NDSU will pick up their first loss of the Summit League tournament and have to work from behind now. They want to advance on to the NCAA tournament down in Brookings. Bottom of the fifth. This one will be in there for a strike here for Tori Richter, as she's going up against the top of the lineup here with Roland Mauk and Ammerman. Leah today, 1 of 2 with a double and a run scored. Here's the 0-1 offering. This will miss up high for a ball now at 1-1. Top of the lineup again for Kindred-Richland first time. Top 3 batters, 3 up, 3 down. Second time a double, single, and single with 3 runs scored. This one will be a foul ball now at 1-2. First run came in off a Roland pass ball in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And she was able to get aboard with a double, then get to third after a Mauk infield single and came in on the pass ball. The 1-2 offering here from Richter. Strike 3 looking, and Tori Richter will get her 4th straight strikeout. 5th of the contest, and for Tori Richter, too, she's earned the strikeout with 3 of them being the strike 3 looking variety. So 1 down now here for Richter. Mauk 1 for 2 today with a run scored. First pitch swinging. This one's going to be hit up the third base dugout for a strike now at 0-1. Central Cass 1 run in the 3rd. Kindred-Richland with 3 runs in the 3rd, and that has been the difference so far on our Bank North scoreboard. Sherwhite in left with Severson in center, and Nelson is in right here for the Squirrels. Prochnow at first, Mitchell at second, Fletchock at short, and center at third. Wixo behind the plates. That'll be 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes here to the number 2 batter in the Kindred-Richland Viking lineup here. As Richter winds and delivers. The 0-2 pitch going to be hit on the ground. That's going to be right to center. Comes across to Prochnow, and now there's 2 down, 5-3 on the putout. So Mauk is retired as Avery will step up to the plate with a single so far here today. Stolen base and a run scored, 1 for 2. And this one will come in and hit the left elbow here of Avery. And for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, they'll have their first runner on since a leadoff double by Danica Rath in the bottom of the 4th. So 2 down now with a runner on. This is how the Vikings scored their 3 runs in the 3rd, all via the 2-out variety as Mackenzie Fuchsa comes up to the plate. Fuchsa 1 of 2 today with a 2 RBI double for the Vikings. Here's the pitch. Going down and sliding in safely here is going to be Avery. I was in there for a strike to Fuchsa. Now it's 0-1, but a runner in scoring position. So no balls, 1 strike here to Fuchsa. Richter, 4 2/3 innings worked. Does have 5 hits against. 3 runs all earned, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Here's the 0-1 offering. Laying off. Now it'll be 1-1. For Central Cass, they'll be bringing 2, 3, and 4 batters with Grace Fletchock to lead it off in the top of the 6th inning. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Richter. Hit on the ground. This goes right to the first baseman. I'll go 3 unassisted on the way to Prochnow to retire the side, and the Kindred-Richland Vikings here in the bottom of the 5th inning. We go to the top of the 6th. It is a 3-1 game with the Squirrels coming to the plate.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's Jerrid.
The Kindred Vikings Booster Club is an organization of parents and community members that supports and encourages the advancement to Kindred athletic programs, focusing on wholesome school spirit, promoting good sportsmanship, and developing high ideals of character. For more information, or if you'd like to be part of the Kindred Vikings Booster Club, send an email to kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. That's kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Vikings!
Here in Kindred at Progressive Egg Field, here on YourLiveEvent.com on our Bank North scoreboard. Central cast their lone run again, a Torrey Richter solo home run, well, for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Put 4 hits together. The big bopper was a 2 RBI double by Mackenzie Fuchsa. It's 3-1 here in the top of the 6th inning as we have Fletchock, Prochnow, and Severson against Danica Rath. This one will miss for a ball now at 1-0. Fletchock today 0 for 2 with a fly out to center to Jornheim and a pop out to the shortstop and Roland. This one missed for a ball at 2-0. One thing that Danica Rath has done a really good job of, she hasn't allowed the 1+1, if you will, with back-to-back hits or back-to-back runners. This will be hit on the ground. That'll be a foul ball, now 2-0. In the first inning, a hit by pitch with Richter. She was retired with a Prochnow fielder choice 2 batters later. In the second inning, a 2-out single by Whitney Mitchell. In the third, a solo home run by Richter, 3 up, 3 down in the fourth. And then you had a 2-out single by Camry Nelson. That's been it. That's really been the difference maker so far today in the circle. Rath, the 2-1 pitch, misses outside at 3-1. Danica, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, 3 hits with an earned run in 5 innings of work so far in the circle for Kindred-Richland. Here's the 3-1 pitch on the way. This one's going to be hit in the air. Avery will give way on the way to Roland, and that'll be 1 down now in the top of the 6th inning. So that one just kind of jammed Grace a little bit on the way, and now it's going to be Michaela Prochnow. Reached base on a fielder's choice back in the first and popped out her last time up to Johnson at first base to retire the side in the 3rd inning. The pitch. This one is going to get high in the air. That's to right field, but camping out underneath it, it's going to be Schmitz in right field for the 2nd out. That's the 2nd out on the way here, and a fly out to the right fielder, Schmitz. One thing that Central casts, when they have hit it into the outfield, it feels like it's been within a 5-foot box of where an outfielder is so far in this game, as this one will run in on Taylor Severson for a ball now at 1-0. 0 for 2 today is Severson with a strikeout her last time up. Schmitz again in right with Jornheim in center and Esley in left field here for the Vikings. Here's the 1-0 offering. That'll miss for a ball as well now at 2-0. For Kindred-Richland, they will send their 5, 6, and 7 batters with Cora Johnson to lead things off in the bottom of the 6th. Hit on the ground. That's the shortstop coming across the way. 6-3 on the putout. Roland to Johnson to retire the side and the Squirrels here in the 6th inning. As we'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning here on our Bank North scoreboard, it's 3-1 in favor of the Vikings.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in North Dakota, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Stay tuned to our post-game show. Again, we will get to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, also our Artie Canner Prizes feature, Precision Play of the Contest, and more. That's all coming up a little bit later on here on YourLiveEvent.com. But currently a 3-1 lead in favor of the Kindred-Richland Vikings here in Kindred today. Fourth-ranked Vikings against the second-ranked Central Cass Squirrels. So Cora Johnson, Danica Rath, and then you're going to have Elena Schmitz here for the Vikings. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 batters coming to the plate as Richter is in the circle here for the Squirrels. The pitch. This one is going to be foul, then heads up right in front of us. It'll be a strike to Cora Johnson, now at 0-1. Tori Richter so far 5 innings of work, 5 hits, 3 runs all earned, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Bottom of the 6th inning, Vikings looking for some insurance runs here. This one fouled back, now at 0-2 for the Squirrels. And Richter looking for a tidy bottom of the 6th, and then looking to do something they haven't done against Danica Rath, and that's string some base hits together in a consecutive order in the top of the 7th inning. Here's the 0-2 offering. This one's going to be hit, and oh, what a play by the first baseman here in Prochnow. That was on a line drive shot. And Michaela did a good job just seeing that one come through the glove here on a line drive, allowed out for out number 1 to get things going here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Tori Richter against Danica Rath here. She's reached base twice. Reached on a fielder's choice, then a double, takes a strike now at 0-1. Danica Rath also with a stolen base today and has gone 6 innings in the circle, looking to finish it off once we get to the 7th. The 0-1. This will miss out of the zone. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. Central Cass, even with a loss here today against Kindred-Richland, they can still win the Region 1 title outright with a win over the Burros. On Monday, we would have that game for you in Castleton. Here's the 1-1. This one will be swung on and missed. Now 1-2. As a handful of teams finishing up some games today here. Other game going on in Region 1 play scheduled. A co-op of Hankinson, Fairmount, Campbell, Tenta, Rosso, Lidgerwood going up against Enderlin as this one is sit on the ground at 1-2. Otherwise, all the other Region 1 teams are off today in terms of Region 1 versus Region 1 competition, as a couple of them with the Burros, the Jags of Northern Cass, and these Vikings will be playing in Fargo over the weekend as part of that mid-season madness, barring what the rain has to say on Friday and Saturday. The 1-2, this one will come in and hit her. So Danica Rath will be aboard with a hit by pitch. That'll be the third 3 pass so far, and this one will come in and be on the non-pitching hand for Danica Rath. As this one will just hit her, come up a little bit more above the elbow by a couple of inches. And now you have Schmitz at third base as they look down at Danica and make sure that she gives a thumbs up that she's good. She is. And for Sam Brandt, we'll see what kind of a play they put on here. A team that is very aggressive on the base pass up and down the lineup. Rath is going. Here's Wixow's throw. Not in time as Fletchock applies the tag. So Danica Rath will get her second stolen base today with a hit on top of it as well, as Tori Richter will come back in the circle here. Schmitz again 0-2 today with a strikeout her last time up. The pitch. This one's going to be hit high in the air. That's to the right fielder, and she will able to make the glove here. Nelson. Tagging is going to be Danica Rath as she will climb the extra 60 feet up. So a productive out on the way here for Kindred-Richland. It will be their second out, however, of the inning, but a productive one by Schmitz to allow Danica Rath now to be at third base. Essling 0-2 today with a strikeout, looking her last time up. Steps up, Richter with the pitch. Little check swing foul, now at 0-1. That's the thing here for the Central Cass Squirrels. They need to minimize any runs today, as it's been hard to come by for both teams. They've scored all their runs combined. All 4 runs were back in the 3rd inning. The 0-1, little check swing again. Now it's going to be 0-2. For Central Cass, they will be looking to get Tori Richter back up to the top of the lineup if they can do so in the 7th. That means they will get some runners on base, bare minimum, even with some outs, and a chance to get the tying and go-ahead run potentially on board. This one foul back to the chain link fence again at 0-2. Well, for the Vikings, a large insurance run is 60 feet away there with Rath. Right now, Essling battling here with Richter. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the pitch. This one's going to be popped up in the infield. Richter calls center off, and that'll retire the side and the threat here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Squirrels, with 3 outs remaining, goes to the top of the 7th. Rath looks for the complete game when we come back on your live event.
The Norman County Fair, June 21st through 24th, Ada, Minnesota. Mighty Thomas Carnival on the Midway. Racing, ag education, free family Friday, free music, youth day, senior day, hypnotist Freddie Justice, wrestling, parade, tractor show, food, games, fun, 4-H, FFA. For a complete schedule of events, visit normancountyfair.com. Join your family, friends, and neighbors. Everyone's going to be there. Where summer begins and the fun never ends. The Norman County Fair, June 21st through 24th, Ada, Minnesota.
Top of the 7th inning on our Bank North scoreboard. It's the Kindred-Richland Vikings 3. The Central Cass Squirrels 1 here today in Kindred. For Danica Rath, 6 innings of work. Was able to go 3 up, 3 down in the 6th, the same in the 4th. Went against 4 batters in the 1st, 4 batters in the 2nd, 4 batters in the 3rd, and 4 batters in the 5th. The Squirrels will look to get more than 4 batters to the plate here in this inning. If they can have 5, there's a chance that they might be able to get the game tie and run and get to the bottom of the 7th. But right now, Central Cass down to their final 3 outs of this contest unless they can score 2 runs here on the top of the 7th against their rival in the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Sinner, Preen, and Mitchell, 5, 6, 7 batters against Rath. First pitch swinging, swung on and missed. That'll be 0-1. A line drive out to Schmitz back in the 4th, and a fly out to Jordheim in the center here for Katie Sinner, who does have home run power. The 0-1 pitch, that'll miss for a ball at 1-1, and a state champion wrestler to boot as well. An all-state caliber wrestler here for head coach Travis Lamar, and that girls wrestling program, and girls wrestling has really flourished over the last couple seasons. This one's going to be hit on the ground, and this is going to get bobbled, and they're not going to be able to make the play. Off a rolling to Malk, and then she said, you know what, I'll just hold on to this one. And reaching base will be Sinner via the air here, and that's something that they haven't done yet today, is the airs on the way here for Kindred-Richland. So Central Cass Squirrels will have a new runner on the courtesy runner here. As coming on, Aspen Preen will step up to the plate. And we'll get to the courtesy runner here in a moment. For the Squirrels, is that's going to be Haugen. So Olivia will be at first base here for Central Cass, and the Squirrels bring their tying run now up to the dish in Aspen Preen. Danica sees this one miss for a ball. Fuchsa bluffs the throw back down to Johnson. And here's what Central Cass bare minimum needed to do early in this inning. Get the tying run to the plate. As Haugen takes her lead off of first, the 1-0 offering from Rath. This one's going to be fouled right in the batter's box there with Aspen, now 1-1. Aspen today is 0 for 2 with a strikeout looking her last time up. Danica Rath with 3 strikeouts today, with 2 of them coming against the 6 and 7 batters, and Severson, the 4th batter, with the other strikeout. The 1-1 runs in, jammed for a foul ball now at 1-2. Aspen Preen will have to battle now for Central Cass. It's the first time since the top of the 1st inning they had their leadoff runner aboard. 1-2 changeup hit up the first base line, and that's going to be a fair ball. Preen rounds first on her way to second. Haugen is going to stay at third base here, and you'll have runners in scoring position. So coming on there is going to be Schmitz to get the relay in, but not before the Central Cass Squirrels now will have the tying run in scoring position, as that one came right down the first base line and went right over and even hit the first base bag. So you'll have Haugen at third base. Aspen Preen's going to be at second with a double, and for the first time today, the Central Cass Squirrels have back-to-back hits or back-to-back batters to at least get a walk and a single or a pair of walks in consecutive order. And now it's Whitney Mitchell, the bottom of the lineup here for Central Cass. 7, 8, and 9 batters are scheduled to come up to the plate. But it looks like we'll have a pinch hitter on for Paige Wixo. But right now, runners in second and third with no outs in the 7th. Rath, this one going to be a one-hopper off of Fuchsa. Coming in to score Central Cass, and Haugen makes it a 3-2 game. Preen will be awarded third base on the wild pitch. And the Squirrels right now cut that deficit down to 1, and the tying run is 60 feet away. So Haugen comes in to score off the wild pitch here to make it 3-2 in the top of the 7th for Central Cass. Aspen Preen at third, Whitney Mitchell, 1 of 2 today with a single back in the 2nd. A chance to tie it up here for the Squirrels in the 7th. The 1-0 from Rath is in the dirt, and a really good block on the way by Mackenzie Fuchsa. That one was about 5 feet in front of her, and sometimes when you throw it in softball with the dirt, you might just hit a random cleat mark or a pebble that just shoots the softball somewhere else. So good job by Fuchsa keeping that one in front of her. But Mitchell now with a hitter's count at 2-0. Here's the pitch from Rath. This one is smashed up the middle, and that's going to be an RBI single. Gets by the center fielder, Jornheim. She's on her way to second, rounding second, going to third. Here comes a relay throw, and Mitchell slides in safely. It's an RBI single here for Central Cass, and then they will take first to third on the air, and Sam Brandt's going to come out right now and talk it over with her team. So Aspen Preen comes in to score. Mitchell goes from first to third. She gets the single, then the error. 2 errors on the way here in this inning, and that'll be back-to-back hits as well for Central Cass. Their 5th against Danica Rath, and we're tied at 3 apiece. Good-looking base knock there by Mitchell, 2-0, and was very aggressive. Shot it right back up the middle to get the RBI single here for Central Cass. Richter with a solo home run in the 3rd. Then a Roland came in to score on a pass ball in the bottom of the 3rd. Mackenzie Fuchsa with a 2 RBI double, and it was 3-1 at that point since then. Haugen came in to score off the wild pitch, and she was aboard via the air by Roland at short, which allowed Katie Sinner to climb aboard. And then Mitchell with an RBI single there to make it 3-3 here in the top of the 7th inning. So we know this. We're definitely going to the bottom of the 7th. As coming on to hit is going to be Natalie Fontaine. So Fontaine will come on here with a runner at third base and nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning. 3 consecutive batters have reached base for Central Cass. Danica Rath, this one will be blocked by Fuchsa, who's earning her work in this 7th inning. Now 1-0. Rath hasn't really fallen behind too many batters here today, but right now, here in the 7th inning, is trying to fall behind a little bit against these Central Cass batters. The Squirrels are down their final 3 outs, and now they're going to get some more. This is going to be coming in to score at home as Roland came in to Fuchsa and not going to be able to get it in time, and the run comes in to score to make it now 4-3 in favor of Central Cass. So that'll be a run batted in on the way for Fontaine. Mitchell will come in to score. And now it's 4-3 in favor of Central Cass. So Fontaine will get the run driven in now at first base as well. Top of the 7th here for Central Cass. This one's going to be popped up, and that'll be to the shortstop here. 1 down now here in the top of the 7th. As Camry Nelson 1 pitch and 1 out to Roland as Tori Richter will come up to the plate. And as we mentioned earlier, just want to find a way to bring Tori Richter up would probably mean good things for the Squirrels. At least they would have runners on. But now Richter comes up to the plate with a chance to help her own cause here with 3 runs across. The Squirrels have taken the lead. Richter first pitch swinging. This one will be right through the wickets of the shortstop here in Roland, and everybody will move up. Now you'll have runners at first and second base with 1 down here in the top of the 7th inning. And for Central Cass, this will be batter number 7 to the plate. Fontana's at second. Richter's at first as Fletchock will step up to the plate here in the top of the 7th inning. Danica Rath looking for a strike and an out, but she'll miss for a ball. Now 1-0 to Fletchock. Rath, the first 6 innings, just 3 hits against, but so far a couple of errors, some singles, and the Squirrels able to rally through here in the 7th. The 1-0 pitch is going to be hit to Ammerman, who will go to third, get one down there, and get the lead runner. So a good play by Avery there to get the second out. So Fontaine's recorded out at third. Richter goes to second, and reach base on a fielder's choice is going to be Fletchock, as Prochnow now will be the 8th batter to the plate here for Central Cass in the top of the 7th inning. Danica Rath looks in, and the pitch. This one will be on the ground, and everyone's staying put at 1-0. Prochnow 0 for 3 today, reached base with a fielder's choice back in the 1st inning. So reaching base was center on the air. Then he hit a double by Preen, a single by Mitchell, and a single by Wixo. This one's going to be hit on the ground. The shortstop, they're going to say yes. They able to apply the tag on the way to Richter to retire the side. But the damage is done as the Central Cass Squirrels able to score 3 runs in the top of the 7th inning. We go to the bottom of the 7th with the Squirrels up by 1. The Vikings now down to their final 3 outs.
It's a North Dakota All-Star Gathering on your live event, as we'll have coverage of the Shields Softball All-Star Series on June 5th and 6th.
And the 1-2. Hit on the ground. It's going to sneak through the middle for a base hit.
The Optimist Volleyball Series on June 12th and 13th.
This one comes Olivia Vetter, back set, blocked at the net.
Plus the Lions All-Star Basketball Series on July 10th and 11th.
Now it's with Class A. Here's Michael Nile with the windmill duck.
For more information, go to yourliveevent.com.
This is what you expect with these two teams in any sport that they play against each other, but specifically in high school softball as well, where it's not over until you finally get that final out. And up 3-1 going into the 7th inning. Central Cass scores 3 runs on 4 hits. They did have a couple of errors that helped them in that particular top of the 7th, and they were able to score 3 here and take the lead. This is their first lead since they led by 1 after the Richter solo home run, which made it 1-0 in favor of Central Cass in the top of the 3rd inning. Bottom of the 7th we go. Richter now looking for the complete game win in the circle for the Squirrels. This Kindred-Richland will have 8, 9, and 1 batters coming up to the plate. And the Vikings will be making a pinch hitter on the way. We'll get to that in a second. This one's going to be hit up the first baseline foul. As for the Vikings right now, DeZark is stepping up to the plate as the lead batter for the 8th grader here for Sam Brandt. Here's the 1-0, or the 0-1, excuse me, up high for a ball, now at 1-1. So a chance to be a table setter on the way here for Jana, and then you have Leah Rowland and then Mauk due up next, the 1-2 batters for Kindred-Richland. The top of the lineup has had some success against Richter. 1-1 pitch, down low, swung on a miss, and Tazark now falls behind the count at 1-2. The Vikings now down to their final 3 outs. Central Cass in that bottom of the 7th inning, the first 4 batters were able to reach base. 1-2 pitch, swung on and miss, and Richter gets the strikeout. That'll be her 6th strikeout of the contest, and 1 down now here in the bottom of the 7th inning. As you'll have Central Cass here with 1 down. This one's going to miss for a ball at 1-0 to Leah Rowland. Rolling with a double, a run scored in the 3rd. 1 of 3 from the plate so far here today. The pitch. This one's going to high in the air, and that's going to be into short center field. And going all the way is Fletchock down to a knee for the 2nd out. So 2 down now here in the 6th inning as you're going to have Mauk stepping up to the plate. Brea today, 1 of 3 with a single and a run scored back in the third inning as the Vikings are down to their final out. Richter in the circle. First pitch, this will go to Richter, and they're going to say it's a foul ball. Now it's 0-1. So the Vikings down to their final 2 strikes, as that one was a foul ball off for Brea in the batter's box. Ammerman due up, and then it's Fuchsa. No balls, 1 strike here for Richter to Mauk. This one fouled back to the chain link fence, now at 0-2. Here's the offering on the way from Richter. With 6 strikeouts so far today, looking for her 7th and the complete game win. The 0-2. This one's going to be hit in the air. That's going to be the short second, and a one-handed snag here by Mitchell to retire the game and the side here in this one. A little line drive shot to the second baseman. A 3-up, 3-down inning for Richter, who will pick up the win here today for the Central Cass Squirrels in a contest that will go 1 hour and 16 minutes here in Kindred. Again, 1 hour 16 here in this one. The Central Cass Squirrels pick up their 12th win of the season. They go to 9-0 in Region 1 play. For the Kindred-Richland Vikings, they will drop to 8-4 on the season and 6-3 in Region 1 play. The winning pitcher is Tori Richter, while the losing pitcher today will be Danica Rath on record here in this one. Danica will go 7 innings of work, 7 hits, 4 runs, with 3 strikeouts and 1 walk. She had 2 errors behind her. While for the Central Cass Squirrels, Tori Richter will go 7 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs all earned, with 6 strikeouts and 3 walks here today in the circle. The Squirrels with 1 run in the 3rd, 3 runs in the 7th. Kindred-Richland with 3 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning for their 3 runs again in this one. A game that goes 1 hour and 16 minutes. The Central Cass Squirrels, second-ranked team, in comeback fashion, down 3-1 going to the top of the 7th, able to get 4 consecutive batters to the plate. It started with a infield base opportunity with Katie Sinner, who put the ball in play for Central Cass, but then just bobbling one was rolling at shortstop and went to Mauk. And then Aspen Preen hit a double. Whitney Mitchell with a single, then an error by Jordheim in center, which allowed Mitchell to go from 1st to 3rd after the run batted in. And then Fontaine delivered the goods with an RBI single, a pinch hit variety as well for Natalie. And then all of a sudden it was 3-3, and then they get the 4-3 again with Mitchell at 3-3 and 4-3 with the RBI single there for Natalie Fontaine. We'll get to our post-game show, get to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, and more. That's all coming up here on your live event.
Your family farm has been adapting to challenges in the field for generations. Taupe Insurance is here to help you weather the storm when those challenges arise. Visit with Taupe Insurance today about a quote or review of your policies. Taupe Insurance offers coverage on your farm's assets, crop and hail insurance, plus home and auto, commercial and life insurance. Stop in for a visit today at their office in Castleton or give Taupe Insurance a call at 701-347-4045.
I'm dreaming of a world where the crack of a bat is not just a hobby, but a lifestyle. Where I can build upon long traditions from the ground up. I want to work in an industry where all people can make their own field of dreams become reality. I'm going to elevate the world of sports someday.
One size does not fit all. As a small business employer, you have many great benefit options. Hello, Angela here with the IRE Insurance Benefits Connect team. We know shopping for employee insurance benefits can be a confusing and intimidating task for employers. Not to mention one more thing on your plate. Let IRE Insurance Benefits Connect guide you through the process. We take a unique approach to providing benefits through education, communication, and a personal touch. To find out more, go to ireinsurance.com.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
At Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator.
Central Cass School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The new STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow in the new space and move forward with excellence.
As we come back now, join us is our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. That again is Enbridge.com, Enbridge Energy for life. Join us is the second baseman, Whitney Mitchell, today with a pair of singles, a run scored, and a run driven in that made it 3-3 in the top of the 7th inning. And Whitney, congratulations. I know anytime you're going up against someone like Danica Rath and she gets in the zone, sometimes it can be very difficult, but you're able to get to the 7th inning. Just take us through that single that made 3-3. What were you kind of seeing at the batter's box against Danica there, Whitney?
Well, Katie Sinner started us off with a good hit, and Aspen also got on and got the bases loaded. And we just had to get a hit to get the runs going, and our momentum was running, and that's how it kind of all got started.
Yeah, it was all of a sudden, just 4 batters was the most that Danica faced in an inning prior to that. Then you get 4 straight batters aboard, as you mentioned, with Sinner able to put one in play. And then the big knock with Natalie Fontaine, a pinch hit variety. What was that like, seeing her drive one and able to get the 4-3 lead when you were on base, Whitney?
Well, it was awesome because she is a great hitter, and we all knew she had it, so it was good for her to have that one.
And then Tori Richter goes the complete game, picks up the win, gets a couple of strikeouts there late in the game, and gets a solo home run as well. When Tori Richter can be that jump starter, what does that do for this team this season as a senior leader as Tori is?
Well, she really knows the game and can really get everyone up on their feet and ready to go, and is just a really good player all around.
And then the final thing here for you guys, hopefully there's a couple more games for you, Whitney. On Saturday you're supposed to play against the West Fargo Packers for a doubleheader. You get another Region 1 contest with the Burros coming up on Monday. But what have you liked from your team here in the last couple of games? You feel like you finally got some rhythm after having to play indoors for pretty much the month of April. Now you've gotten some games, 3-4 games in a week. Do you feel like you're getting some rhythm under your game a little bit here, Whitney?
Mm-hmm. Our team has really good chemistry, and we work really good together and always build each other up, and that's how fun they make the games fun.
Whitney Mitchell again in this one with a single, a run driven in, and a run scored here for the Central Cass Squirrels. She is our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. We'll take a quick break, and we'll take a look at the final box score, and we return here on YourLiveEvent.com.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
As we come back here on the bottom of the 7th inning again, the Kindred-Richland Vikings unable to tangle enough together against the Central Cass Squirrels as they fall today by a final of 4-3. Let's take a look at some of the final box scores in this one. As we take a look at the final line score here for Central Cass and Kindred-Richland, the Squirrels able to score 4 runs in this contest as they had 7 hits. They did commit an error back in the second inning, and the Central Cass Squirrels, they left 5 runners aboard for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, able to score 3 runs here today for the Vikings, all 3 in that third inning. They had 4 hits in that third inning, as well as they would finish with 5 hits in this one, 2 errors in Kindred-Richland. They would leave 5 runners on base as well here today against the Central Cass Squirrels. Tori Richter goes 1 for, make that 2 for 3 at the plate. Able to climb board 3 times, have a solo home run back in the third with a run driven in as well. Fletchuk goes 0 for 4. Michaela Prochnow goes 0 for 4. Taylor Severson 0 for 3. Katie Sinner in this one goes 0 for 3, but she got on base to start the 7th inning. Haugen came in to score later on in the 7th. Sinner came on with the error. Aspen Preen in this one goes 1 of 3 from the plate. She was also able to get a double, a run scored with a run driven with a run scored as well for Aspen. Whitney Mitchell, we just heard from her, a really nice game for the second baseman freshman with 2 hits in this one. She goes 2 of 3 with a run scored and a run driven in that made it 4-3. Wixel goes 0 for 2. Natalie Fontaine goes 1 of 1 from the plate with a run driven in as well that made it 4-3 in the top of the 7th inning. Camry Nelson able to go 1 of 3 with a single in the 5th. For the Kindred-Richland Vikings here, Leah Rowland led off the third inning with a 2-out double that was and came in to score. She was 1 of 4 from the plate today with a run scored. Brea Malkin, this one goes 1 of 4 with a run scored as well back in the third inning. Avery today, really nice day at the plate, hit by a pitch with a single, a stolen base, and grounded out. She actually had 2 stolen bases in this one, goes 1 of 2 with a run scored. Mackenzie Fuchsa with the 2 RBI double back in the third. She goes 1 of 3 with 2 runs driven in. Cora Johnson 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch. Danica Rath today able to go 1 of 1 from the plate, able to go 1 of 2 from the plate with a double, 2 stolen bases, and a hit by pitch for Danica. Elena Schmitz goes 0 for 3, the same for Essling, and Olivia Mathis goes 0 for 2, and Tazart goes 0 for 1 today here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. The Central Cass Squirrels next up with West Fargo on Saturday, while for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, they will partake in the mid-season madness here in Fargo. So the Central Cass Squirrels now 12-3 on the season. The Kindred-Richland Vikings drop to 9-3. Reminder, we will have the Region 1 softball tournament for you coming up here a week from Saturday on your live event, but let's get to, before then, our RDK Enterprises feature precision play of the contest, and that is going to be with the Fontaine RBI game winner to make it 4-3. A pitch hit variety able to come in. Natalie Fontaine is the RDK Enterprises feature precision play of the game. As you continue to get in the fields, if your planter ever has a little bit of a hiccup, or as you want to get ready for the fall as well, contact the fine folks at RDK Enterprises with locations in Hillsborough and Drayton. Go to planterdoc.com. That's planterdoc.com. Have a safe spring in the fields and on the roadways with your friends at RDK Enterprises. Again, your final 4-3 in favor of the Central Cass Squirrels. A reminder, we will have Central Cass and Hillsborough Central Valley softball on Monday from Scott Koss Field. For more information on that, go to our website again of yourliveevent.com. The Squirrels win in comeback fashion 4-3 today over Kindred-Richland. From Kindred, I'm Chase Miller. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday here on your live event.